in this film, we think we want a gnarly old fucker to fight another gnarly old fucker. And I thought, okay, I can do that.
Igor Draganov. You killed hundreds of civilians, including the family of a Finnish commando who took revenge and became a legend. The legend entered Soviet Union 10 hours ago. I'm sending you to clean up your mess.
Why do you think the first Finnish film, Sisu, became such an international hit?
Because it's a unique and new voice and vision. It's made with expertise. It is got so many elements that a film, it checks all the boxes for what a film or what an action film should be. There's a simplicity to the story, which is very, very good. And it is told with such verve and such humor that you cannot help but like it. Even people, the interesting thing about selling a film like Sisu 2 or Sisu, the original Sisu, is to tell people, yes, it's bloody and it's gory, but that's okay. You're going to dig it, I promise you. And that actually proves to be the case.
What was the craziest day on set for you?
Well, I think working on the train set for me, because I had so much physical activity as we worked our way through that set. And there's a lot of things that can bite you on a set like that. You know, it's very easy to kind of get nicked and stuff like that. And that just happens, you know. So that was very challenging. And what was particularly, what I enjoyed about that so much, it's really the one time when you think about it, that Jorma and I get to really go at it together, because most of the time we're quite isolated from each other, you know. And I'm kind of directing violence and he's experiencing it. And finally, when we get together, that's when, you know, the shit hits the fan, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that would be Almighty said, just keep beating the crap out of him, all right? Just do it. Just keep beating the shit out of him, you know. It's okay. And so I said, really? You know, you want me to use the pipe? Yeah, just keep hitting him with the pipe, you know. And then and I said, how about the shovel? Yeah, the shovel's good too, you know. Let them have it with the shovel. So, you know, you just kind of go at it with a band, and then I have faith that in post, they'll sort of, you know, they'll use it in the proper way. And they do use it good. I beat the living shit out of the guy, but that's the name of the game. That's what he's for, you know?
They're saying I lit the fire in you. I will put it out. You are a mistake, an aberration.
I will show you that there are worse things than death. Every scene that I do, when I'm about to do it, I think there's no way I can do this scene at some point. That's it, and I kind of accept the fact that that's the way I'm going to feel. Whew. Then you take a deep breath and you make a leap of faith, and you do it. I think that, you know, there's a monologue when I have him strung up in the car, which I'm just so thankful, I'm grateful that it's in there, you know what I mean? Because I think you could easily make the film without it, but it kind of, it's not so much that the character gets to state his point of view. It's just through the sheer number of words he says and the way he says it, you get kind of an idea who this guy really kind of is, an essential look at him. So I appreciated that, and the key to that is to not worry it too much, not put an onus on it, not put too much, you know, on it, saying, I have to be really good in this scene. Don't do that. Just get out there and kind of ride it if one can. So I would say that scene could have presented a lot of difficulty, but on the day it was just a pleasure to do. And I don't know that we had to do more than 2 takes on it, maybe 3 takes on it.
I think the legend has been homesick. Go on.
He's the real deal. He's very, very. You know, I'll tell you that, when I first read it, or when I first saw Sisu, and they wanted me to do it, I said, it's great, and he's great, but what do you need me for? Because he's playing my part. Not that I could play it better than him, understand? But that's the part that I'm an old dude. And so the answer was, yeah. Well, you know, in this film, we think we want a gnarly old fucker to fight another gnarly old fucker. And I thought, okay, I can do that. And he really is he's quite brilliant in the part of me, you know. Yeah, it's a real, I'm just trying to keep my head above water.
You stubborn motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Exactly.
What a motherfucker. I think he's homesick. Or what's the one? The one that I always had a problem with was unleash hell. I think, can I do that again? Unleash hell. Not hell. Hell. Unleash hell. Did I get that right? Unleash. I can't say it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Give me 5, you know. But eventually it is what it is.
Unleash hell.
I started working on my own, what I, you know, conceived to be a good Russian accent. You know, try to find it yourself. And then I consult with a dialect coach. And I do what I'm doing like I'm doing right now and say, so how did that sound? And he'll go, well, let's do it again. And let's say coach, you know, maybe coach. You know, let's massage that a little bit. So you just kind of keep playing with it. The fact of the matter is, if you take 10 people from Finland speaking Finnish, they all have different qualities to their voice. They have the same accent, but it's different qualities to the voice. This is true everywhere. So this is the accent that I arrived at, and for me, it works fine. I'm quite happy with it.
You are going to be buried in the frozen ground, like the rest of your family.
How do you approach going into a villain role like that, being this, as you call it, a gnarly old motherfucker? That state of mind?
Well, I'd say, let's see, the word that occurs to me is go into it with joy. Is that perverse? But I take great joy in the characters that I play. Not that I'm exhibiting it, you know, within the playing, but it does reside in there. To try and find the authentic quality of the character, to find in some way the integrity of the character is always is important to me. To find the truth of the character to the extent that one, you know, kind of can. To try, one of the things I do feel with many of the roles I play, if I don't love them, no one will. But if I do love them, well, audiences may not love them, but they'll sense something. There'll be some kind of recognition there. Yeah. That's my contract. My contract with Igor Draganov is to represent and to defend that character. If you ain't got a good villain, then you know you're gonna have a problem.